I know I'm a grifter strong man. You could lick your hand and smack me in the nutsack. Thank God for Tesla my Tesla and you strong man.
Good afternoon, everybody. We got a busy day of earnings. We have 5 companies in particular that we're going to try to cover. Now, unfortunately, I have to leave at 4:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to pick up my kids. So if these companies don't release their reports on time, then we're not going to be able to cover them. Anyway, welcome back. Consider liking, subscribing, and joining the membership. And if you want to give me money, you can either Venmo me, see the pinned comment, or you can super chat me. We're going to cover the earnings, hopefully, of Alibaba, Intuit, one of my most mortal enemies, Monster, Dell, Coreweave, and Duolingo. That's actually 6 companies. I guess my math skills aren't up to par anymore. Anyway, we'll try to get to these companies. Let's go see what's going on in the stock market real quick before the market close. And, of course, let me add Monster to this list. How could I have forgotten Monster? All right, so these are the 6 companies that are reporting earnings today. We got Baba down 3% today. We got Dell down ever so slightly. Coreweave flat, like your mom. Monster Beverage up 1.25%. Intuit up 3% going into earnings after just getting absolutely shellacked. I mean, this stock was trading at $7.83 in July of 2025, and Joseph Carlson thought he was such a genius, and now it's down by like 50%. Just by the index, bro. Closet index. And Duolingo, whoa, catching a bid, baby, up 5.5% going into earnings. Wow. There must be some serious optimism baked into Duolingo. I mean, who needs AI when you can use a translation app? Oh, baby. So the market in general is in the red. We got the Qs down 1.3%. We got VU down almost 0.6%. Total US is down 0.4%. VT, even I'm down today, people. Just getting annihilated. Down 0.35%. Total international down 0.24%. SCHD, the total Giga Chad king. As long as you have 1 share of SCHD, you can brag about how much of a genius you are. I own it. You don't. Oh, okay, you got me. The Dow Jones is up, and small caps are actually up 0.5%. All right, so mostly red in the big names and green in the dividends and small caps. Let's look at crypto. Crypto. Red. Bitcoin trading at 67,487. Bitcoin at 2,029. Cloud Mine Immersion Technologies, Bitmine, down 4%. Even MicroStrategy, the absolute future of finance, down 1.5%. Man, that sucks. That sucks for crypto shills. All right, the large tech stocks. Nvidia is down 5.5%. What? That's a pretty good earnings. Why is the stock down? I guess people are just, I don't know, taking profits. The earnings were pretty spectacular, but hey, Mr. Market. We got Tesla down 2%. Needs to go down about 90 more percent. Google's in the red, down almost 2%. Amazon's in the red. Apple's down 0.5%, but we have some green. We got Microsoft up 0.32%. Meta up over 0.5%, and Netflix up 2.75%. Woo, baby. So we can see Nvidia and Tesla and Google and Amazon are kind of dragging down the queues. How unfortunate. In the YouTuber stocks, we got mostly green. Wow. We got Ionic up 22% after their earnings. We got Dave up 11.74%. Damn, boy. That's pretty good. Not bad for Davey. Dave, my rave. Why is the stock up? Did they drop some news? Dave files initial beneficial ownership statement for director. Okay. Dave falls after Upstart launches revolving line of credit. Well, I don't see a fall there. All right, these articles are kind of old, so I don't know what this means, but hey, I guess it sent the stock up 12% almost. Yeah, most of YouTuber stocks are in the green. Very nice. I like it. Okay. We got bonds. Bonds are up. We got TLT up almost 0.5%. VGIT, this is Daddy, up 0.19%, and VBill is flat. Commodities, we got gold and silver, both slightly in the green, and oil, just barely red. It was actually down a lot more this morning. The sectors, the IT sector is getting absolutely shellacked, down 1.6%. And the big chat of the day is the financial sector, up 1.3%. Okay, so we got some red in utilities. We got a little bit of red in consumer staples, a little bit of red in healthcare, but everything else is green. Consumer discretionary, energy, industrials, real estate, and financials, all in the green. Delicious, superstitious. All right, let's look at our subscriber requested stocks. If you want your stock, crypto, or ETF added to this list and see it checked every market open and market close, it's $5. You can either Venmo me or super chat me $5, and I will add your stock, crypto, or ETF to this list. First and foremost, we got Pepe coin down 6, almost 7%. Oh, now it's down 7%. Ouch. When is Pepe going to move? People were promising me this was the future, bro. We got Corning. After a monster rally, selling off a little bit, down 6.3%. We got Bitcoin Cash. You know, back in like 2020, I thought about buying this because my thought process was people are so stupid. They're going to mistake Bitcoin Cash for Bitcoin itself, and they're going to bid it up. But I never bought it. But that was my logic, going off the stupidity of the crowds. Oh, at least of the retail crowds. There are some professionals out there. So we got Bitcoin Cash down 4%, just getting not being able to recover, man. Not being able to recover. Zone, the Dogecoin treasury company, down 3.33%. SCHK, the Schwab 1000, nothing wrong with this ETF, down 0.5%. ITOT, great ETF, also down 0.43%, nothing crazy. Oh, small cap value. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Small cap value. Oh, my factors, bro. We got the Avantis US small cap value ETF up 0.39%. Energy, the XLE ETF, up 0.5%. Virgin Galactic, after just an abomination of a stock chart. I mean, look at this. This is not an attractive chart, okay? This chart is your mom. Like, oh my God, look at this. Price to bankruptcy. Up 1.98%. Fiverr, look at this beautiful chart as well. I guess going up today, so it's beating the index, so you're a genius if you bought Fiverr. Up 4.42%. And Talkspace going on a nice little run. This was literally a 60-cent stock back in the bottom of the cloud market in 2022, and they've really turned it around. I mean, the stock's still a penny stock, but hey, it's almost breaking through the penny stock level, up 6.5%. And then, of course, my portfolio, VT's down. I'm a fraud. VBill is flat, no vertical lines. Why would I buy VBill if it doesn't vertical line? And VGIT up 0.21%. So I'm kind of balanced here. I mean, my overall portfolio is down because this is like 85% of my portfolio, VT, but I do have some green in my portfolio, so I can claim I'm beating the market today. All right, so that's the market overall. We got tech selling off, China selling off, U.S. selling off, even international selling off, with only the Dow Jones and small caps being in the green today. And, of course, all of crypto is in the red. So, like I said, we're going to try to fit in as many of these earnings, as we can before I have to leave at 4:40. So, hang around and hopefully these update. In the meantime, we're going to hang out and do member-only comments while we're waiting for the earnings to come in. Oh, my Lord. We're getting a bunch of people commenting. Good Lord. I'm exhausted already reading your comments. This is the tips link. Give me tips. Thank you very much. Give me your big fat tip. See, Grilly, today is Ryu for the NASDAQ. Yes, it is. Lots of earnings today. I predict something will happen in the future. That is genius. With 100% certainty. Oh, here's Alan.
You can bet that Strongman will lie about something. Yeah, he's a liar. Everything he does is a lie.
He's not even real. He's an AI. Seriously, Alan, why must you hate Strongman? So, I mean, the only joy he gets out of his life is torturing me. We have a polymarket bet on Strongman being late today. Good. I hope you lost all your money. Get late is not bad. I wasn't late today. I was on time. I set this stream for 3:45. And here I am. I said it a little bit late because we have to cover a decent amount of earnings. And I'm not just going to sit here for 30 minutes waiting for the freaking earnings to post. Because, these clowns are always freaking late. I don't hate Strongman. I don't hate anyone. I wouldn't be here if I hated him. I want Strongman to be honest and to not be resisto. I love all peoples, Alan. How could you possibly say that about me? Wait for the signal. Strongman is our hero. We admire him. We like him so much, we even fund his retirement. You guys are keeping me afloat. I do appreciate it. Where would I be without your viewership and ad revenue and you people giving me money so I can do your taxes? Yes, I'm still taking clients. Let's go. I need money. Hey, everyone. What's up, Chris? I've been helping Strongman for years by giving him advice. Yeah, you've been so helpful. You changed my life. Just lost $5K in a bet that he was going to be late. Good. Oh, you should bet more next time. I'll be early going forward. The chat is working today. Yesterday, I kept deleting messages. Yeah, it was like, I kept checking the chat yesterday. I'm like, nobody is posting messages? That's a little weird. Honesty on the internet is rarer than antimatter, but I don't think Strongman is dishonest. I mean, as grifters go, I am the least dishonest. I will tell you that, okay? You're by definition a grifter if you're on YouTube. You're at some level of grift. But as grifters go, I am the least grifty, okay? Do a good job, Alan. Told Gil to come in. Where's Gil? A CPA who does taxes for a living says his math isn't good anymore. Do my taxes, please. Couldn't make this up if I tried. Yeah, keep going to H&R Block or TurboTax, bro. I'm sure they have high-quality tax preparers there that are very experienced. We need a round table. Strongman, Alan, Gill, Peter Schiff, Caddy Wood. Oh, God. That would be a nightmare. You'd have to pay me a lot of money to sit with those clowns. Don't forget LaFufu. I hope to meet Jeremy in the flesh one day. Maybe we'll make out. And me, yeah, you're not invited. You know the rainbow gene? Strongman has the liar gene in addition to that. I have a rainbow gene? Are you saying I'm rainbow? I am not rainbow. Buy the membership or get lost. Exactly. It's $5 a month if you sign up through a browser. Stop being a bussy. Don't buy the membership. Just get lost. Alan, do you have any Intuit? If it's not an SCHD, then no. Oh, is that all you have? That's all you have? Turbo Clown and CPAs are a defunct function. Yeah, I've had no business this year. Absolutely none. Zero revenue. Ryu, what's up, my faithful moderator, Dex? Ryu, what's up, Wesley? I can literally upload my taxes into software, and within seconds, it's done and over with. You are about to get your cheeks clapped, dude. AI is not at that level yet, okay? Maybe one day, but it ain't there right now. I can promise you that. Ryu, what's up, Dan? Another faithful moderator. Oh, we got a super chat. Daddy made some money, GDP. Add CMT to the list. TSX symbol. CMT. What is CMT? I'm Jay. CMT? CMT? What's the company called? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Be patient here. CMT. Stock. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. That is quite the name. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Okay, it's CM on the New York Stock Exchange. All right, let's check out the. Are they doing earnings today? They are reporting earnings. Or maybe they reported this morning. I don't know. All right, let's look at this stock. Look at this stock. Holy crap. Look at this vertical line. Woo! Damn, boy. A Canadian bank having these kind of returns? Holy crap. This looks like a U.S. stock, bro. I thought only U.S. stocks, bro, did this. This isn't a U.S. stock, bro. This is impossible, bro. Holy crap. Quite the beast there, up 3% today. I like it. Very beautiful chart there. Look at this. God, vertical line. You must be a fool for having global diversification. I don't know what to tell you if you have international stocks. You must not know how to read a 10-year chart. You need to get your brain checked. Thank you. That has been added to the list. Ryu. SCHD is popular for boomers or Gen Z? People would do a lot better with VT. It's called total return. It's a crazy concept. Starting to short Dave and Ionic after these pops. Ryu. TLT is booming. I would not call it booming. TLT is printing me money each day. Strongman clowned on the thieves. Dude, it's trading within the range it's been at for the past couple of years. There's no boom or vertical line in TLT. Gil, you were bragging about the Dave short. I hope it vertical lines on earnings. Oh, I can't wait to cover those earnings. I can't wait to see Gil's meltdown. Plus 4% dividends. That is true. Gil, VT is outperforming your TLT the past 10 days. Magical timing again. He always gets it right. CMT reported earnings today. That's why the big move. I mean, the stocks, that's been doing well. Dan, I love this pop on Dave and Ionic. I get to short them again. Any lies results in a timeout. Yep, but we got clowned by guys like Dan telling us we were wrong. Oh, are we ganging up on Dan now? Dave up 25% from the recent. It has been flying. I mean, I don't like the company. I think it's a disgusting company, but when it comes to like the stock thesis, I could see it. Okay. Brokies need payday loans. And there's a lot of brokies out there. I could see the bull thesis for Dave. But I do not own the stock. Well, maybe I do through VT. I don't know. I know you realize this pop in Ionic and Dave is a gift for us to short. I disagree. Shorting is dangerous. I don't care about the past 10 days. Plus, I have VT. Good. Good, Gil. The ambiguously rainbow duo, Gil and Allen, gracing us with their presence today. Yeah, they can't miss a form. Sent more forms to my tax filer. Very exciting. Are you one of those people that's like constantly emailing your tax preparer? I bet you are the most annoying client in the freaking world.
Wow.
Hey, Paul, Himper DH, you're always wrong. By the end of the year, TLT will bring me 30% capital gains and a 4% dividend. Oh, my God. We'll see. I mean, we could. I mean, if TLT goes up, my intermediate term treasuries are going up, and I will sell them once yields get really low. If we had zero rates again, oh, yeah, I'm selling my intermediate term treasuries without hesitation. Oh, yeah, you're going to manage my money for 5%. Sure. We will deliver 2 to 3x beating results on the VT index. I'm sure. It's full fight Thursday. Yeah, I wish I had more time to stream, but I have to pick up the kids. Those poor children, they're hungry. They're so hungry. They're at their daycare right now, just waiting for daddy to pick them up and take them home. All right, well, the market's about to close, so hopefully some earnings decks start to update and we can check them out until 4:40, and then I'm out of here. He was our polymarket bet and started early. Good. Wow, Gil, 2% TLT when you could have bought real man's investments. This is a DEI channel. We embrace DEI here. We love DEI here. Oh, my Lord. Step sis, what's up? I've been a busy man the last week. Zero has changed in this chat section. Yeah, I noticed you were gone for a while. I was worried about you. You've been putting $2K a week into TLT. Good Lord. You got $8K of investable cash a month? Dude, that's a lot of money. If you're making a lot of money on your game, I hope you have a CPA, seriously, because you need to make estimated payments. I'm not joking. So, I don't know, maybe consider hiring me as your CPA. Am I skipping comments? There's so many freaking comments. Due to high demand, Apple is going to manufacture Mac Minis in Houston. Is that true? Man, I should move there and get a manufacturing job. Dan, numerology is one of my tools. You're a clown. I use every tool I can get. Yeah, they reported this morning. I'm up over 100% on it, as you can probably tell. Good for you. Vertical lines. Taxes are easy when it's a W-2 and losses. Yeah, DH thinks everybody just has a W-2. It's so easy, bro. Yeah. Are you covering the best MJ stock earnings? I'm not going to have time, dude. I got to pick up my kids. I got to leave here at 4:40. Strongman, do you think any of the grifters actually believe they are helping or trying to help their audience? No, I think they're just scammers. I think they just want to make money. I mean, it's okay to make money, but not when you're lying to people. I guess I missed a lot. Gil is in V. Yeah, apparently he's in VT and Amazon stock. All right, let's see if any of the stocks we're going to look at mooned, vertical lined into the moon. Let me close this comment. I want to cover at least some earnings before I have to freaking go. All right. Duolingo's down. All right, let's go see if Duolingo posted their earnings. We got to make fun of Joseph Carlson here. Come on. Did we get the quarterly results? Come on. Why is Duolingo down? God, I hate waiting for these companies to drop earnings. It's such a freaking pain in the butt. Come on. All right, let's go back to the main website. This is such a corny website, too. Like, what is this? What seriously? This is where you're going to put your money? Watch, the stock will vertical. It's like a kid's website. It's so cheesy. But, maybe it'll vertical line today. But even though people are down like 80%, they'll still act like they're geniuses. All right, quarterly results. Oh, we got Q4. Let's go, baby.
Duolingo.
All right, they announced their fourth quarter and full year results. We closed 2025 with strong momentum, surpassing 50 million daily active users and generating more than 1 billion in bookings. They have a share repurchase authorization. Wow, buying back shares. I've never heard of that. Up to 400 million. I mean, maybe that'll work out for them. I mean, the stock has sold off a lot. Where's the earnings? Okay. Let's look at the share. Maybe it's in the shareholder letter. Oh God, this is. I know this is going to be a freaking pain. All right. So Q4 and fiscal year 2025 highlights. Daily active users up 30% year over year. They have 52.7 million daily active users. And paid subscribers, 12.2 million, up 28% year over year. Revenue up 39% year over year at just over $1 billion. Total bookings up 1.15 billion, 33% year over year. Net income, I mean, seems pretty solid. They got a, holy crap. Woo! 414 of net income on $1 billion. That's pretty solid. Net cash provided by operating activities, 387 million, and free cash flow, 360 million. Okay. Well, I mean, the numbers look good on the surface. Of course, the concern is just, is AI going to disrupt this in the long run? The numbers look pristine now. They really do. I mean, that's pretty solid results. But it's about the future, bro. All right, do we have a guide here?
Financial performance and outlook.
Here we go. All right. Q4 monthly active users up 14% year over year. Daily active users up 30% and paid subscribers up 20%. Okay, we saw some of these. Revenues growing, gross profits growing. Gross margin for the quarter was 72%. That's improved over 71% the prior year. Net income, 42 million. So their net profit margin, hold on a minute. I think we were looking at the annual numbers before. The net profit margin is 14.5%. Not bad. Okay. So solid revenue and solid profit margins. Fourth quarter highlights. Revenue grew 35% year over year. Generated net income of 42 million and 83 million of adjusted EBITDA, with margin expanding 5 percentage points. Gross margin expanded 90 basis points to 72.8%. Okay. They have $1 billion in cash and cash equivalents. Free cash flow grew 16% year over year to 93.7 million. Where's the outlook? All right. Oh! Ooh! Okay, we got bookings growth slowing down. Look at this. For Q1 2026, they're guiding for 301 million in bookings, which is 11% year-over-year growth. That's a pretty big deceleration. With revenues guide of 288.5 million, which is 25% year-over-year growth. So you're seeing the deceleration. And then for the full fiscal year 2026, they're guiding for between 15 to 18% revenue growth. So, that's a pretty big deceleration. I mean, it's still pretty solid, but that's a pretty big deceleration. Our guidance reflects the shift Lewis outlined above. Lewis. Okay. For bookings, we expect fiscal year 2026 revenue to grow 10 to 12% year over year, and Q1 to grow approximately 11%. For revenue, we expect fiscal year 2026 growth of 15 to 18%. That could be overshooting it. We'll see. And Q1 to grow approximately 25%. We believe our Q2 year-over-year bookings growth rate will lower slightly more than 3 points from Q1 before rising in the second half, assuming modest early returns from our investments. Okay. Our outlook reflects exchange rates. Stock-based compensation is expected to be almost 15% of revenue, with absolute expense levels growing through the year. We expect fully diluted share count to increase approximately 3.5% to 4%. This does not impact our buyback activity. Okay, so a little bit of dilution, solid revenue growth, but definitely a deceleration. I don't know. Is the market happy with these earnings? It's down. It's down 19%. The humiliation of Joseph Carlson continues. All right, at some point, is this a buy? Is this a buy at some point? Oh, my God. Oh, Joey boy. Oh, Joey boy. What a clown. Okay, so I guess the market wasn't happy with their guide. Ouch. Oh, that's Duolingo. Joseph Carlson is on life support right now. All right, so I saw Dell was mooning. Let's see what's going on with Dell. Dell, my what the hell? All right. Why is somebody texting me about buying real estate? I get so many freaking scammy text calls and messages. It's such a freaking pain in the butt. All right, no, that was in November. Do they not have the quarterly results yet for Deli Boy? Hold on. Hold on. No? Come on. Does anybody have their freaking results? What about Intuit? All right, I think we have Intuit here. Yep, Q2 20. All right, let's check out Intuit. All right, we'll see if Joseph Carlson's getting his cheeks clapped again. So Intuit's down a little bit. It's definitely been selling off a lot over the past couple of months. Yeah, it's at a 385 in the aftermarket, down 2.5%. Man, Joseph's not having a good day. I'm telling you, Joseph, you got to stick with large cap tech. That's how you continue your worthless, disgusting grift. All right, for the second quarter, Intuit grew total revenue to $4.7 billion, up 17%, solid. Increased global business solutions revenue to $3.2 billion, up 18%. Grew online ecosystem revenue to $2.5 billion, up 25%. Excluding MailChimp, global business solutions revenue grew 21%. Grew customer revenue to $1.5 billion, up 15%. Increased Credit Karma revenue of $616 million, up 23%. And TurboTax revenue, lame. I want to take over TurboTax. I want to take their market share. These clowns are getting paid $581 million. And here I am making like 30, 40K of gross revenue. Come on. What a scam. GAAP operating income up 44%, solid. Increased GAAP diluted earnings per share to $2.48, up 49%. Seems pretty solid. Operating income's going ballistic. Earnings per share is going ballistic. Revenue growth is solid. Wow. All right, what are they doing here? In the second quarter, they reported total cash and investments balance of $3 billion and $6.2 billion in debt as of January 31st. They entered into a $5.8 billion unsecured revolving credit facility on January 30th to fund a portion of its TurboTax early tax refund offering. Can you so how does that work? Like they give you a loan or they give you your refund early, but probably take the refund itself and they probably give you a little bit less in the refund. How does that work? Just wait for your refund. It doesn't take that long. I'm sure they obviously are skimming off the top there. All right, so wow, get your refund fast, brokey. They bought back almost $1 billion of stock, and they received board approval for a quarterly dividend of $1.2 per share, a 15% increase per share. Forward guidance, revenue for the full fiscal year 2026, revenue of just under $21 billion, well, around $21 billion, growth of 12 to 13%. That's pretty solid. GAAP operating income of $5.7 to $5.8 billion, growth of 17 to 19%. Okay, I mean, this guide seems pretty solid. Pretty solid growth. All right, Intuit announced guidance for the third quarter of fiscal year 2026, which ends April 30th. They expect revenue growth of approximately 10%. It's okay. And GAAP diluted earnings per share of $10.56 to $10.62. I mean, honestly, it doesn't seem like that bad of earnings. I mean, you never know with like what Wall Street has baked into the cake, but the earnings it's not a horrible company. Okay. And they're actually really leaning into AI. They freaking updated QuickBooks because I hadn't been in QuickBooks in a while. Then I went into QuickBooks and I'm like, what is this? They're like incorporating AI into QuickBooks. It's like, God, Duolingo's now down 20. Oh, Joseph, our hero. All right, let's see if anything else updated. Okay, so Intuit's earnings seem pretty solid. Let's go ahead and close that out. Let's close Duolingo. Let's see if old Coreweave posted their earnings. SEC filings. 8K. Okay. All right, they announced their earnings for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2025. Oh, baby. Let's see. All right, Coreweave, the essential cloud for AI, reported results. It's been a defining year. Okay, show me the numbers. Shut your mouth. All right, revenue year over year doubled. Almost doubled. Yeah, it did double, actually. So they posted revenue of $1.57 billion. On operating expenses of $1.66 billion. So they actually had an operating loss of $89 million and an operating income loss margin of $6 million. Last year, they were actually profitable. Shocker. Interest expense, $388 million. Good Lord. Woo! That is a lot of debt, people. They're going to have to, the bondholders are getting paid real well. If you're a common shareholder, you got to overcome that. $388 million of interest expense in a quarter. Good Lord. Net loss margin, 29%. Oh, my God. All right. Fourth quarter highlights. Customer wins across AI labs, hyperscalers, and enterprises. Partner of choice for Cognition, CrowdStrike, Cursor, Mercado Libre, Midjourney, and Runway. Okay, just a bunch of freaking nonsense here. Strengthening financial position, raised $2.6 billion in convertible senior notes through an upsize offering, and expanded their revolving credit facility to $2.5 billion. Yeah, I can see because you got a lot of interest expense. A little scary. I'm telling you, if there's an AI bubble and it pops, this thing is getting annihilated. All right, let's see what expenses grew the fastest here. So revenue almost doubled. Cost of revenue grew way faster. They had $509 million of cost of revenue. Technology and infrastructure, huge explosion in expenses there. Their expenses are just out of control. Is it stunk-based compensation? Yeah, so their revenue doubled, and then their operating expenses went up by about 2.5. So they had negative operating income, and then you subtract again the interest of $388 for a total net loss before taxes of $467 million. Ooh, okay. Let's look at the statement of cash flows. Actually, let's look at their balance sheet. All right, they got $7.4 billion of liquid assets, mostly cash and accounts receivable. That's good. Short-term total current liabilities, $16.4 billion. Oh, Ouch. Yeah, they got $6.7 billion of debt coming due in the next year that they're going to have to refinance. Not a lot of deferred revenue, so their liquidity is not pretty. So if the debt gets refinanced, they would have about $10 billion of current liabilities. And then you subtract out the deferred revenue. That's what? $8.3 billion of current liabilities on $7.4 billion of current assets. Still not the best, but okay. So I don't really like their liquidity, especially with that debt coming due. All right, and then long-term debt. They got $14.6 billion of debt. Woo, mama. Damn, boy. All right, let's look at their statement of cash flows here. Where's it at? Are they even generating positive operating cash flow? Where's it at? Okay, here it is. So they did have positive operating cash flow of $1.55 billion, all of which came from deferred revenue. So you can see they had huge cash inflow of people paying them in advance. So that did leave them with positive operating cash flow. Now, you would hope that would continue, because if you're just getting positive operating cash flow solely from upfront payments and then those dry up, you're suddenly in a lot of hurt. But they do have positive operating cash flow from deferred revenue. Let's see. Not a lot of stock-based compensation, actually. Most of the expense, the non-cash expense, was depreciation and amortization. So they're actually, they kind of have that under control, at least for now. So yes, they did have positive operating cash flow. They generated $1.55 billion of operating cash flow, and they spent $4 billion on property, plant, equipment, including capitalized internal use software. Total investing activities just under $4 billion, so they had to rely on financing activities. How did they do that? Well, they raised $4.3 billion of debt, paid off $420. Purchase of capped calls related to convertible senior notes, $340 million. Okay, so they basically, all their cash, well, most of their cash came from financing. So they're still in the financing phase. That's pretty obvious. So at least they have positive cash flow. You just got to hope these deferred revenue payments continue. So, okay. All right. Well, I guess, I mean, as long as the money keeps flowing in, they're going to be okay. But that debt's scary. That is scary. The interest expense, woo, it's pretty significant. Pretty significant. All right, so the stock is down 5%. Did they give a guide? Is there a guide? Yes, no, maybe so. No? That's lame. All right, maybe it's somewhere in here, but I'm not going to spend all this time looking for it. Okay. All right. Well, that's Coreweave's earnings. All right, let's see. What if Alibaba updated? Alibaba. Let's see. Filings, earnings and financials, quarterly results. No? Come on. Lame. Yeah, I guess they haven't dropped their earnings yet. Well, I don't know if I'm going to have time. So, all right, let's see if Dell dropped. Deli boy. Deli sandwich here. No, that was what? Where's their freaking results? SEC filings. Come on. Can we get the SEC filings? All right, they have an 8K. Hold on. Oh, come on. What, are they getting hacked right now? What is this? HTML, will this work? Am I streaming right now? All right, apparently there's some server issues with Dell, so we're at least able to see Coreweave, Duolingo, and Intuit. Intuit seemed okay. Duolingo just getting absolutely annihilated. I guess the bookings growth was less than they were expecting. And Dell stock is going up. I mean, Dell stock is up almost 10%. But their freaking earnings aren't loading. I think they're getting hacked right now. Is it China? Are they hacking? Let me refresh this. I'll try it again. Oh, we got it. Hold on. Okay. We're going to check out Dell. Dell, my what the hell? All right. Let's see. I'm so excited. All right. I just want to see the fourth quarter summary. Record revenue of $33.4 billion, up 39% year over year. Wow. Record no wonder he could afford those MAGA account contributions. Record fourth quarter diluted EPS of $3.37, $3.37, up 57% year over year, and record cash flow from operations of $4.7 billion. Very nice. That is some very solid growth. All right, Infrastructure Solutions Group. Record quarterly revenue of $19.6 billion, up 73% year over year. Record quarterly AI optimized servers revenue of $9 billion, up 342% year over year. Record quarterly traditional servers and networking revenue, $5.9 billion, up 27% year over year. Fourth quarter storage revenue up 2%, lame. And record quarterly operating income of $2.9 billion, up 41% year over year. Good Lord, baby. All right, then they have Client Solutions Group. Let's see. Quarterly revenue up 14% year over year. Fourth quarter commercial client revenue up 16% year over year. Fourth quarter consumer revenue flat. And fourth quarter operating income flat. So obviously, most of the growth and the profits are coming from the Infrastructure Solutions Group. All right, guidance. Full year fiscal year 2027 revenue expected between 138 to 142 billion. That's a lot of revenue. Up 23% year over year at the midpoint. Wow. Full year AI optimized servers revenue expected to be roughly 50 billion, up 103% year over year. Full year GAAP diluted earnings per share expected to be $11.52, up 33%. First quarter fiscal year 2027 revenue expected to be between 34.7 to 35.7, up 51%. Wow. Pretty solid report. Pretty solid guide. Holy smokus. Do we have the financial statements? All right. Let's see. Yep. Quarterly products revenue up 53% year over year. Services down, but it's a small part of their revenue. Products margin actually low. Cost of net revenue. Actually, the cost of revenue grew faster than the revenue for products. Yeah, they don't have the most amazing margin on the products. All right, gross margin only grew 19%. Slower than revenue. So they're having a little bit of cost creep there. Selling, general, and admin expenses up 3%. R&D up 3%. Okay, they were controlling that. So operating income was up 43% year over year. Pretty solid. Okay. Interest, $293 million. It's about 10% of operating income. Nothing crazy. They paid some taxes, so their total net income was $2.25 billion. What is that profit margin? Let's see. 2259 divided by 33,379. A 6.7% profit margin. That's okay. Did I do that math right? That's okay. Nice. Yep, 6.8% net income margin. So gross margin took a little bit of a hit, though. Ouch. Okay, I mean, the revenue guides look solid, so hopefully they can control their expenses going forward. All right. Cash flows from operations. Look at this. For the 3 months into January 30th, 2026, change in cash from operating activities. They generated $4.6 billion of operating cash flow, but they don't give a detail about the they don't give any details. Well, I don't know why they're not giving details on how they got to that, but okay. So operating cash flow has gone absolutely ballistic. I mean, if you compare it to the prior year, it's a huge swing. So the reconciliation between net income and operating cash flow for the quarter ended January 31st, 2025 last year, it was a subtraction of $947 million. So it swang almost over $3 billion. So, but I don't have the details, so I can't see exactly what happened. Okay, they spent $721 million on capital expenditures and capitalized software development costs. They spent $1.8 billion buying back stock, $11 billion on employee tax withholdings, $346 million on dividends, and they issued a little bit of debt, $1.2 billion, but they also paid off about $1.1 billion. So the net debt went up by about $100 million, but it's only 10% of operating income, so nothing crazy there. So very solid, positive operating cash flow, not a huge amount of capital expenditures, and they spent about $2 billion, mostly buying back stock and paying dividends. So, okay, pretty solid. The guides seem pretty insane. Woo, man. AI optimized servers up 342%. Crazy. Okay, pretty solid. Pretty solid. All right, we got about 13 minutes and then Daddy's got to go. All right. We'll do some final member-only comments. Let's see. Dave popped. It did. Dan, do you realize I use numerology to perfectly time Bitcoin? Wow, good for you. All right, people are asking me about Monster. Let's see if Monster Energy. Okay, we'll look at Monster, and then I have to get out of here. Monster Investor Relations. Shockingly, I actually have viewers on X. Okay, they did report. All right, we'll check out Monster. God, this is such a horrible backdrop. All right, I'm going to try to read this and not hurt my eyes. Let's check out Monster. Monster. Well, let's see what the stock's doing first. Down 3.36%. Woo. Okay. Monster reports fourth quarter highlights. Net sales rose 17.6%. That's pretty good. Up to $2.13 billion. Operating income increased 42.3% to $542 million. That's solid growth. Net income increased 65%. Very solid. Solid revenue growth and a very good profit growth. Okay. Let's see. Anything that stands out here. Net sales, excluding the alcohol brand segment, increased 18.3%. Net sales, excluding the alcohol brands on a foreign currency adjusted basis, increased 16.7%. So are the booze, is the booze segment dragging them down? Net sales for the company's Monster Energy Drinks segment, which primarily includes the energy drinks, Reign Total Body Fuel, High Performance Energy Drinks, Reign Storm, and Bang. I don't like Bangs. They make me feel weird. Increased almost 19% to just under $2 billion for the fourth quarter. Okay, 19% growth in their most visible branded drinks. Net sales for the company's strategic brands segment, which primarily includes the various energy drink brands acquired from the Coca-Cola company, and then Predator and Fury, increased 7.8%, so not that great. But it's a small part of their revenue, $110 million versus almost $2 billion for the main drinks. Okay. Net sales for the booze brands, which comprised of various craft beers. I've never had Monster craft beers. Flavored malt beverages and hard seltzers decreased 16.8%. Ouch. I guess nobody's drinking anymore. Net sales for the company's other segment, which primarily includes American fruits and flavors. That sounds very rainbow. A wholly owned subsidiary sold to independent third-party customers, increased 15%. Net sales to customers outside the United States increased almost 27%. Pretty solid growth there. Okay. All right. The revenue growth's pretty solid. Profit growth solid. The only sluggard is the booze sales, but it's a small part of revenue. Let's see. They've been able to cut general and admin expenses. So for the fourth quarter of 2025, they were 15.6% of net sales compared to last year, they were 19.3% of net sales. So they've been able to cut general and admin expenses. Okay, operating expenses are up a little bit year over year, but less than revenue. Seems like pretty solid. They have any guides? Share repurchase. Do we have guidance? Did I miss it? God, this is the worst. A black background on white text. Disgusting. Come on, do we have guidance? No? Maybe I missed it. Okay, well, it seems like pretty solid earnings overall, except for the booze segment, but I'm sure that was expected. Nobody drinks anymore, bro. All right, not bad. Not bad. All right, we got 8 minutes, and then I'm getting out of here. All right. Damn, NVIDIA finished down 5.5%. Honestly, lucky market held up as good as it did today. Yeah, it did. I pay quarterly taxes. It's not. What do you pay quarterly taxes for? For what? Do you have a business, Alan? I highly doubt that. Dang it, my internet doesn't allow me to watch, but I still see messages somehow. Are we crashing here?
And he skipped comments. He promised to read them all. Yet another lie from Strongman. I'm going to expose you.
Fair enough. Market's closed, though, so no time to buy options. Duolingo tanking. It's beautiful. What's it at now? Down 22%. I'm going to have to make a couple shorts just making fun of Joseph Carlson. Oh, my God. That is hilarious. $2K a week, Gil. How much a week are you putting into VT and Amazon, if you don't mind me asking? I don't consider myself rich, but I do well. Yeah, I'm sure, you little wagey. You got your little W-2. You think you're hot stuff. All right. A lot of debating going on in the comments section here. Seymour Duck is a channel member for Cashflow Kings, but not Strongman. Might be pretty wise. Seymour, you're not a member of my channel, you monster. You demon. How could you? Hell, if we're lying, I've been buying NVIDIA since 20. Yeah, me too. All right, Gil got a pay cut. Gil, you need to be paying quarterly taxes, dude. Gil's only making $3K a week. He's only making $3K a week, guys. That's it. Okay. Not much. But my lunches will happen after my 3-week vacation. I come back from it. What are you doing in Asia? Are you going on a clap fest? You'll be in the Philippines in March and come back in April. Then launch my stuff and hopefully market crashes after so I can dump it into VT. I've seen worse plans. Okay. When you come back, Civil War probably will start when you're all into VT. I know. Let's see. Man, that's Duolingo. Holy crap, dude. That is so funny. And the 2K goes into, okay, Gil's buying. I don't know what you're buying, dude. I'm so confused. Damn, Gil is so famous, he has bots tracking him. Yeah, I'm sure the Wall Street's watching him closely. Let's see. Intuit fronts the money. Oh, that's why they charge you a lot for an early. Exactly. That's such a scam, dude. That is such a scam. You know what I do? I file the return. I don't advance your freaking refund. What a grift. What a scammy grift. No, thank you. Yeah, I just wait for Quebec and Canada to give me my refund. I mean, I got mine in like 10 days. It really wasn't that bad. Block stock up 20%, dropping headcount, firing people like crazy. Holy crap. Gil, you think Silver got a bear flag for me behind the... What is this? Block is way superior to PayPal. No, they're too much into crypto. I don't like them. They're too scammy. They're too grifty. Wild NVIDIA had the worst day since April after those earnings. Just remind me why being in single stock stuck and low-cost index funds is superior. Good. Boom getting tanked. Good time to buy. What is Boom? Stepsis, all tech deserves to get down. Too many clowns for buying without thinking. All right, people wanted me to cover Monster. I looked at it. Seltzer drinks used to be millennials' favorite drink. They grow up out of it. Too many bills to pay. I like regular beer. 3K a week is lower middle class. Yeah, I made $12K a month, bro. It's not enough money. I'm struggling. Is Dave dead yet? Not yet. Dave will tank. It will hit 200 soon. I might sell at 250. I don't know. Boom is the stock. What is Boom? I'm just going to look. I don't know what it is. Boom stock. DMC Global. What is this? I've never heard of this in my life. They operate 3 manufacturing businesses that provide to the construction, energy, and industrial processing and transportation markets. Wow, that sounds very exciting. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I got to pick up my kids. You probably skipped half the comments today. Yeah, I did. You're right. Not as bad as Duolingo. That's true. Nothing is as bad as Duolingo. Anyway, like, subscribe. Consider joining as a member to support the channel. Also, consider booking a free, and I mean free, 30-minute tax consultation with me. I am a certified public accountant and would gladly do your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. You can talk to me for free. I give you upfront fixed quotes, and I'll do your taxes. Book a free 30-minute consultation in the pinned comment below at the conclusion of this live stream. I will see you guys, me, strongman, the liar, the dirty scoundrel. I will see you guys tomorrow for the market open. Cheers.